We have a lot to talk about. I am here today with SH Figuarts Gosei Knight of what you can decree Power Rangers Megaforce, the very first Megaforce figure I am able to review in my whole entire RedX review series. That being said, I have not yet even seen one Power Rangers Megaforce figure in stores yet. Because my stores, believe it or not, this is actually true, are dead last when it comes to getting new stuff. So here it is, the very first official Power Rangers Megaforce of RedX review. And I can already tell you right now, this is unacceptable. Words cannot express how angry I am right now about this figure. I know, from far away he looks pretty good, doesn't he? Paint job looks pretty spot on. Sculpting is really nice. The articulation looks like it's grand. And the accessories down here, well, we'll get to the accessories when we get to the accessories. Let's talk about Gosei Knight. Gosei Knight, as you can see when I raise the camera, looks pretty good from what you can see. Let's get on the inside and get a little closer in. And you spot and tell me what exactly is wrong with this figure. Now you can see it. Scrape, paint chip, paint overflow on some areas where it's not meant to be. The silver runs on the black runs on the silver, scratches. No loose joints, I'll give them that. But other than that, everything else about this figure just shouts out mishap, mistake. Somebody approved this figure out of the assembly line in Bandai Japan, slapped it in a box, and he sold it. He sold it. Look at this. Look at this shoulder bit right here. Looks pretty nice, doesn't it? Pretty decent enough. Very sharp, very nice, very clear. On the back of it, however, this is where the real torture begins. If you can actually see it, if my godforsaken camera will focus in. Nice from the front, but on the back, we got paint bubbles. It's like somebody actually took a freaking brush to this area and just smeared the paint on without taking caution. Look at that shit. Are you freaking kidding me? Look at all these scrapes. Look at one more time. Smooth, bumpy. Smooth, bumpy. You know what? F it. I'm not playing the nice guy anymore. I'm no longer the good cop. I'm playing the bad cop. This is a disgrace to my collection. And it's not like I actually play with these figures. I don't. I only collect them. I display them around my room for no purpose. Just because I'm a collector. It's what I do, okay? I've grown out of that stuff, but I mean, come on, really? Look at the striping of the silver where it's supposed to be, and look how crappy this is. This is a mess. This is unacceptable. It's just horrible. I really wanted to praise this figure, but after pulling him out of the package and actually holding him in my hands for about maybe 5 minutes, I'm upset. I am really disappointed that I actually have this figure, but I gotta keep him. It's the only one that was in stock. And I read the description on this figure, and it did not say anything about quality issue. This figure was new in package. I had to cut the tape off the box myself. So I know for sure that this figure was never pulled out of the box and thrown back in. It's not in used condition, it's in brand new condition, if you can call it brand new. This is terrible. This is not the way I wanted to review this figure. But I gotta go on. I got to. It's not just the paintwork that's awful. It's the articulation. And no, people, no, it's not the shoulder bits, okay? I can understand what's going on here. It hinders the arm movement. But it's supposed to. It's armor around the shoulders. You're not gonna get much. But at least they had the notion to give him bicep swivel, which works great. Ball jointed head, ball jointed neck, bicep swivel, ball jointed shoulders, they'll go in any place you want. They even go up and down as if he's shrugging, which he's probably shrugging why he was released in this condition. Elbow joint here, about 90 degrees. Wrist rotation on this side over here is pretty much the same. Look at that elbow joint. Did you see that? I bet you did. I bet you did. This is just like that awful second Figma RoboCop figure I got on my stand, way far in the back, that I don't want to even see right now, because I'm upset at that figure too. This joint comes off too easily. Too easily. Who the hell approved this figure on the assembly line and said, just throw him in the box and sell it? Everything else seems to be pretty tight, but not to the point where it's going to break, hopefully. I haven't come across a figure of the Figuarts line that has broken in my collection. I must be lucky about that, but really, this is strike one for Bandai Japan. This is awful. This figure is the worst out of my whole entire Figuarts Sentai series or Kamen Rider collection thus far. I haven't had a bad figure like this until now. I don't know what to think about this figure, so let me just go ahead and get him out of the way for now before I toss him aside, and let's just pull in his accessories and get down here so you can see it. Bringing in the accessories, bring them in. Yeah, they're scraping around the place. I don't care. So, he's got his sword that turns into a blaster, which also turns into another blaster, apparently, without the morpher on the top. Yeah, that's his morpher, and yes, it does fold up and down. And this is what I really don't understand with these figures, or these Figuarts, whatever you want to call them. It doesn't matter. Why is it that they have multiple accessories when all they have to freaking do is just take one morpher, fold it in a certain position? Then what's the point of this one? This one doesn't even fold open. This one has a peg where it can be pegged into place, but yeah, good luck trying to get this one off because it does not come off. It does not. So what is the purpose with this one? Get that out of here. Just get it out of here. What is the purpose of multiple accessories when all they gotta do is just mold one that does all the features, have it just peg onto the freaking blaster? What is the point to this thing? I just noticed. It does have a peg. It does. And it must peg into the sword right here, in which it does. Okay, fine. But why couldn't it just be for this? Why couldn't it just be for... Why do you have to have multiple morphers and multiple blasters? Why can't they just peg the morpher onto this one and then just get up? It's the same way with the header. Look at this. The lion header, I mean, there's two. One doesn't come off. This one does on the other hand. But why? Why? Save us some money here, Bandai Japan. Give us something well worth picking up that we don't have to go through this kind of nonsense. Why are you going to sell us extra stuff that's not important? And the only thing that I can really consider great about this figure is the multiple hands. You can never have enough hands. Holding hands, fist hands, holding weapons. He also came with his cards, his power cards, whatever you want to call them. I call them power cards because I don't know what else they're called. And they are nicely detailed, but they're very small that I might lose them, that I'm going to just keep them in their package, and that be done. I don't know what else to say about this figure. I can give you a comparison with other figures that are a hell of a lot better. Like, for instance, here's Gosei Red and Figma RoboCop 2. I've got two of this figure. The first one is a piece of shit. This one's the better one. And these two figures are way better than this one. I don't know what else to say. I'm losing it. I am furious about this. I want to contact Bandai Japan, but unfortunately, I don't speak Japanese. I've got no choice but to keep this figure because he's hard to find, extremely hard to find, and if I had to look across the globe for another one, I'd probably be paying double what I paid for this one. And I'm not looking forward to that. I do not want to collect figures that are expensive. I mean, you don't even get your money's worth, apparently. And this is a fine example right here. I understand that a lot of people like this figure, and even Zeltrax Millennium gave this figure praise, but me, I got screwed in the very end. I mean, this is horrible, and I'm short of breath, and I'm flaming. I'm just fuming. But the paintwork is just crappy. Overall, it's just crappy. I am very surprised that his helmet isn't messed up. The helmet is probably the only great part about this figure. The sculpting's nice, the painting is great on the helmet, there's no paint splashes anywhere else besides the areas it's supposed to be in. The gold's with the gold, the silver's with the silver, the red visor is transparent, the black markings on his mouthpiece are actually straight. So yeah, be praised for that. But other than that, I mean, there's nothing else to say about this figure. It's horrible. And the accessories just make no sense. From just pulling him out of package for about 5 minutes, I've already found reasons why I hate this figure and why he deserves to be polished with a bunch of turds on tissue. That's it. That's all I can think about this figure. It's just god-awful. But like I said, it's the only one I got. The only thing I can do is fix Bandai Japan's mistakes myself. That's all I can do. I will continue to collect and review SH Figuarts figures, but I will tell you this. If I find a problem, I'm going to enforce it. I'm going to inform you people, no matter how aggressive I have to get with these figures to a certain point where it's bashing time. But I'm not going to do it to this figure because I did pay a lot. That's all I'm going to go into detail about. A lot. So, that being said, from this point forward, whether or not you guys like it, this isn't a democracy anymore. You can f*** that.